What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Connor Billiards channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the brand new Caiden Warrior Tip. So let's get right into it. So a part of today's review is really just going to be shooting around some 9-ball, but before we get fully into that, I have a couple things to say. We don't need any introduction for this. You already know what it is, the Caiden Warrior. The Caiden Warrior is supposed to be a grippier version of the Caiden Fighter, which was previously the tip that I was playing with, and a great tip of that too. But if you're looking to pick one of these up for yourselves, head over to atlassupplies.com. These are the guys that I purchase all my playing tips and billiard supplies from. So if you're in the market, give them a look up, and let's get back into the video. All right, finally that guy's gone, and now we can get back into the review. So one of the great things that you're seeing from me here is that I'm able to perform some of these very finessey touch shots and at the same time pull off a very hard draw shot, and the Caiden Warrior had no problems with that at all. It is a super grippy tip, but at the same time, the consistency and the feel behind every single hit is very predictable and knowing exactly what's going to happen, because I go down here for this bank onto the 3 and it actually ended up working out for me, but the 4 and the 7 are now problems, but we are going to take the risk and go for this combo. But we end up taking the 4 a little too slow, and the next clip is me missing the 5. So we're just going to cut over to the next layout where I end up actually running the table out, because at this point in the video, I was really in my stroke with the Caiden Warrior, and you're going to see some really cool shots here in the next clip. So this next shot here on the 6 was a real testament to the control I was actually being able to generate with the Caiden Warrior. I still didn't fully get the position I wanted, but holy cow, was that a really good shot. And the crazy thing is actually what happens next. Now we make the 7 and the 8. What the heck? That was crazy. I did not expect that to happen that night. I was not aiming for the 8 either. But then it just leaves us a nice easy 9, and that rack was over. And so here we're just having fun with the extra grip provided by the Caiden Warrior. That was a really smooth draw stroke and just trying to have a little bit of fun while we were playing. But then we get down here for the 7, get a nice slow roll forward, and we're going to perform a really nice draw stroke on the 8 to get back onto the 9, and we get really lucky and clip the inside of the rail, and now we should be left with an easy 9, right? Well, we actually almost missed that, but here are some close-ups on Z's Q-Tech Synergy shaft of the Warrior Tip installed on there. And I do want to say that before this night, he actually swapped over to this a couple days before shooting this video, and what he was shooting with before was the Town Fusion, and after shooting with this for a little bit, he was very comfortable and actually said that the Caiden Warrior is by far one of his favorite tips that he's played with so far. So if that's not a real testament to the Caiden Warrior brand, I don't know what is, especially when you only play for it for a couple hours. But let's get back into just watching a few clips. Wait, hold on. This isn't a part of the review. This was me practicing with my brake jump cue from Bulletproof Brake Tips, and holy cow, does this thing jump so effortlessly. If you would like to see me do a review on this in the future, leave a comment down below because I would love to go into detail about this great product that they came out with. So here I make kind of a weird bank cut shot and we scratch, but this gives Z a chance to really show us what the Caiden Warrior Medium performs like when he gets his draw stroke dialed in, because man does he know how to draw. But let's take a look. So coming up here is some really nice delicate touch work for the 1, and I wanted to get more center of the table to get onto the 2, but then I wouldn't be able to show you guys my jump shot because I've been really working on it, and I actually make the 3 here, which I usually wouldn't be able to make the ball. I usually just make contact, but let's see how this jump goes. So here we're putting some high top onto this, trying to make the 4 and get down table for the 5, and you can just see how much spin I was able to generate, even with a hard tip. And we get shaped for the 5, but we miss. So then Z gets back on the table and starts pulling off some really nice shots. Comes over here for the 6 in the side, and now he's left with a problem of either making the 7 or going for the early 9. And I think we all know what he went for. And dang, that was a really nice shot. But here we have the last clip of just me having a little bit of fun, putting some hard top on it, and we're going to get right into the final thoughts. All right, so here are my final thoughts on the Caiden Warrior. Do I recommend this to you guys? I would say yes. It's a great playing tip. It's pretty new to the market. I got this out before it was even released on any of the traditional websites. Huge shout out to Atlas Supplies. If you are looking for playing tips or anything billiard supply related, you need to look them up. They got some really cool stuff on that website. But as far as the tip goes, it is a grippier version of the Caiden Fighter, and I would agree 100% because I played with a Caiden Fighter hard before and I loved it, because one of the other great features that Caiden has implemented into their playing tips is that they don't glaze over. I don't know how they do it, but it's been one of the key features for me because I've had glazing over from previous brands before, and these are phenomenal in holding chalk and being able to apply chalk afterwards, even if you miscue. The chalk retention is pretty strong. I wouldn't say it's all the way up there with some of the crazier tips that I have already played with. The Rhino Billiards Time Crystal tip, that's by far probably one of the best at holding chalk, but this is a strong comparison as well. The red is one of the other, it's a cool factor. That's how I'm able to see some of my shots, because I play with a black ferrule. So overall, I would say this is a great playing tip, and if you're looking for a new tip to try out that isn't Kamui or something along the natural beaten path, this is probably one you want to try out. And they have them in super soft, medium, and hard, so they got everything for whatever type of player you are. But if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below any other ideas or products that you want me to review in the future, and we'll catch you on the next one.